The art of offering compassion has just become such an immense part of my life, and one of the most glorious examples that we have of offering compassion is the goddess Kuan Yin. If you're familiar with Kuan Yin, she's basically the female version of Buddha, to put it very, very simply. But she was a transcended, enlightened being, and she was making her way up to the next realm, returning to glory, returning to heaven. And she actually turned around and she saw the suffering and the pain and the distress in the people below her. Kuan Yin actually delayed her own transcendence so that she could return and actually sit in love and be able to offer her presence and her compassion to those suffering, so that they could know that there was a way through. She was that point of faith that we actually do have the capacity to transcend our own suffering, to be able to rise above our current pain, and learn all of our lessons, be able to retrieve all of our truth so that we can actually rise up into the beautiful, magnificent beings that we are. And if you really think about somebody delaying their own transcendence to be able to come down and actually witness suffering, it's just a bit of a glimpse into the love that Kuan Yin really embodies. And what I really love is working with the highly sensitive, the intuitive empaths, or I call them the healers of the world. These people have privileged access to some of the most sacred information. But what actually happens for us as the healers or truth bringers in the world is that we're actually constantly exposed to suffering, trauma, pain within our own lives and within the lives of everyone around us. I just go and do my grocery shopping and I have people just stop and tell me their story. And if you're anything like me, if you're around people, you're probably going to hear some story, some experience, some expression of what they're going through right now. And it can be incredibly difficult because for us it can actually taint our perspective, that we can think all there is in this world is actually suffering, which isn't true. What's important to be able to understand is that the people that are drawn to express their pain and their experiences with us are always a reflection of our own experience. So what you'll have noticed is that the people that are drawn to you are actually reflecting your current pain or your past pain. And why is this a good thing? It's a really good thing to know, because you're only ever encountering yourself. And when we don't know this, it can be very scary. It can be very abrupt and almost horrifying that the pain from your past is basically showing up in new skin, telling you your very own story. And the purpose for this is to be able to bring us closer and closer to ourselves. That as we encounter ourselves repeatedly, we're given privileged access to be able to truly see ourselves. The more we can truly see ourselves in some of the experiences that we've had in the past, the more we actually know exactly where we gave our power away, where we allowed ourselves to cast away our own truth. And if we can get clarity on those pivotal moments, we're in a position of power to be able to actually see the wounding and ask for the truth that will heal that wounding. So if you keep on encountering your pain, this is good news. It means that you're really ready for healing. It really means that you're ready to come home to the truth of who you are. What's so important for me is that as I encounter these people, it's not my role to fix them or to heal them. What my role is to actually trust them with their suffering. And that's what Kuan Yin was doing. She would sit and she would just smile upon them and just exude so much love and compassion that people could actually sink into themselves and actually be connected with that spark of divinity within themselves. To remember that we are the ones that heal our own hearts. We are the ones that heal our lives, and we're the only ones that actually truly have the power to be able to return to our truth and to our divinity. So I guess what's beautiful is, one, really be able to recognize that the suffering that you're witnessing is only ever a reflection of your own suffering. I know this doesn't feel like good news, but it actually really is. Because remember, every person that you want to love and heal and help is only ever a reflection of you. So unless you show up in deep devotion to healing your own wounding, these people that are spending time with you will never realize how safe and capable they are to heal their own hearts. This is why I'm in such deep devotion to myself and healing my own heart, so that anyone in my presence knows that they have the same power, capacity, and I guess permission to really allow themselves to heal their own hearts. Two, a second thing that's really, really good here is that as we recognize that we're only seeing our own suffering, is that we actually develop the capacity to truly own where we've suffered. And until we've really owned our suffering, we can't open ourselves to be healed. Three, the most important thing here is that as we recognize that we're only engaging with ourselves, sometimes there's a period of time required. It's totally in divine timing as to when we are willing and in a place where we can receive our truth and heal our own hearts, that as we are able to recognize our own suffering, as we can witness it, and it puts us in this place where we don't actually need to help or heal or love or serve anyone else, only ever loving yourself, only ever healing and coming home to your own truth. So what it allows us to do is sit in this witnessing position. And when we're in the witnessing position, we're actually opening people up to an emotional and energetic climate that actually allows them to feel their own soul and open up to their own pain so that they can open up to their own truth. And that's what Kuan Yin is really embodying in this compassion. What she's helping us to see is that a lot of our suffering and pain was actually given in order to help us to ascend or rise or become enlightened. And this process of being able to become more acquainted with our own suffering allows us to more deepen into the path of healing ourselves, coming home to our truth, and knowing that our presence and commitment to healing our own hearts opens up an emotional and energetic environment where anyone else can heal their own hearts and come home to their own truth. I know that you are so willing to bring compassion and love to everyone around you. I am here to invite you to offer that to yourself, to really be willing to bring compassion and acceptance to yourself, knowing that we only ever have the power and capacity to heal our own hearts. I want to invite you into more compassion with yourself as I invite myself into more compassion with myself. I send my love and blessings. I'd love to hear what you think on compassion, Kuan Yin, and self-healing. Please send me a comment, and I love sharing these videos with you, and I look forward to creating more. Mwah.